What does it mean to say, I believe? On a day that we mark the baptism of Jesus, I thought it would be appropriate to ask what our own baptism into the faith means. We just heard 3 readings. In reverse order, they were from the Gospel of Luke, Paul's letter to Titus, and the prophet Isaiah. And each one contributes something to the question, what does it mean to say, I believe? The answer we receive from Luke is that faith is a response to that something has been told us or shown us or shared with us. Faith starts with something outside of us to which we respond. In Luke, we heard that at the baptism of Jesus, the sky opened and a voice was heard, "You are my beloved Son, on you my favor rests." That's a type of revelation or epiphany that symbolizes the fact that we are told about God before we can believe in him. We are recipients of revelation through Scripture, the sacraments, and sometimes most vividly through other people. Faith, first and foremost, is a gift that we receive from others and are challenged to nurture the gift and allow it to grow. In the second reading, which I prepare on the Acts of the Apostles, which is the other set of readings, so if you had heard that reading, and it's not the lector's fault, it's mine, you begin to see that God shows no partiality. That's what Peter says. I begin to see. That means that he did not see before. Faith is not something we get in a finalized, prepackaged bundle. It's something that must be nurtured over the years, and we need to grow with it. This has many implications. Among other things, it means that we can never reach the point where we say, we know all there is to know about God and our belief in him. That's simply a contradiction. One thing that makes God, God, is that he exceeds our wildest imaginations. The more we know that there is more to know. Finally, to believe, Isaiah reminds us that it's not something that is confined to the intellect or to the inside of a church building. Isaiah reminds us that God will establish justice upon the earth and that he forms a people to be a light for the nations. In other words, our faith ought to make a difference in our commitment to the needs of others. I read a few years ago that the Holy Father hosted a meal for Rome's poor. And he said that when he dies, the Lord will not ask him, how many presidents and ambassadors have you met? But rather, he'll be asked, what did you do for the poor? We may not be the Pope, but we will be asked the same question. What did you do for the least of my brothers and sisters? Because what you did or did not do for them, you did or did not do for me. Faith really is a multi-layered reality that includes the notion of gift, of development, and of social justice. At this Eucharist in which we recall the baptism of the Lord, let us recall the implications of our own baptism and see our faith as both a comfort and a challenge.